Hey, Tim List, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for being here, sir. So I am just going to do a little bit of carving this morning. It's Thanksgiving, and got the day off. So I decided to come out, hang out in the garage for a little bit, and do a little bit of carving. And I'm also wanted to talk about that Kutzall is having a 30% off site-wide and 30% off sale site-wide for Thanksgiving. And for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they will be having a 20% off sale. So if you guys are looking to get some burrs, now might be the time to do it, because that's roughly about $20 off the kits. When did they come out with the coarse burr detail burrs? They've been a while. I know I've had a couple sets of the coarse and the very coarse burrs, and they work out well. They're really good. So yeah, they're on the site. Matter of fact, I think the coarse burrs are the only ones I've bought up until I decided to try the fine burrs, and I really like the fine ones. So this is a wonky piece of wood, and I'm gonna try and do a wood spirit in here, and I'm gonna try and turn it to where he flows with the wood. Kind of disorganized. Threw this together all of a sudden. Yeah, so let me put my glasses on. I'll show you the difference. So these are the very coarse ones, and they are awesome. Really good for carving. If you've got a hard piece of wood, they work really good. And then the fine ones, I believe they came out with last year, and they have a new set this year. But these are, let me see if I can get the camera to focus. These are the fine ones, and I use these more for detailing. Yeah, you have the regular 1/8" coarse and the extreme sets. Yeah, so this is also the 1/8" fine, which is really good for detailing. Unless I have a really soft wood, I don't use these. I use these more for detailing and stuff like that. They're really good for cleaning up. I call them hairs. Sometimes when you're carving, you get hairs, and they're really good for that. But they're really good for detailing. A lot of the fairy houses I used these for detailing the fairy house. So let me show you the set. I got the set. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show this, but yeah, I got the set of 4, and they're on sale now for, I think, right around $20 off. Hey everybody, Tim Liss, Billy, Aiden, thank you for being here. Chase, thanks for being here, buddy. So yeah, if you're looking to try some of the different burrs that you haven't tried yet, man, now is the time to do it. 30% off. And I think that's like a $58 set for the fine burrs, and I think they're right around $40. And if you buy something else, I think if you hit it up to $50, they give free shipping. So it's definitely something to look into. And thank you, Aiden. Happy Thanksgiving. Definitely something to look into. So I'm just going to try and blow out a wood spirit here today. And I do have the link. The link should be on my YouTube page or in this description if you guys want to check it out. Kind of got off of where I was wanting to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this guy flat, and I want to carve the wood spirit on an angle like this the best I can. I'm not very good at it. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this down and see what we can do. So yeah, if you're on my Facebook, if you're on YouTube, the link should be in the description. And it is the affiliate link. So I will make a little bit of, I think it's like 5% off of it. But what's important is you get the 30% discount if you order. Hey, Kevin. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here. See, I use the Very course for most everything. Just because it's easier to take out the wood, and sometimes I'm really trying to chunk out some wood. But I found that the fine burrs, I'm going to those a lot for small details, cleanup work, and they've been working out really well for me. So if you get a chance, take advantage of that sale. Just like I said, they're on sale today. Hey, Green Apples, thank you for being here. You know what? That's all right. You are officially celebrating Thanksgiving. Can you guys hear me? Hey, Noah. Oh. So if you're on this live with me, hey, Dad Ed. Awesome. Thank you, Dad Ed. That's cool. I think you're going to enjoy them. And that's a great price with the 30% off. Cannot argue with that. But if you are from a different country, today is Thanksgiving. We will celebrate Thanksgiving with you too. Because, well, why not? Put my fan a little closer. should be subtitles on if you're seriously having a problem hearing. Good morning. Oh, Dad, I am so excited to see that. I know Aiden sent me some information on a backflow, but I'm desperately wanting to try and do a backflow, and I will make sure to watch that video to see how you did it. I have a store that is displaying and selling some of my wood spirits, and I've been trying to help her out with everything that she needs as much as I can. I've made her some cherry boards and stuff, and she did mention that people are asking for backflow candle holders, so I'm going to be trying those soon. And the wood spirits seem to be going over very well. And the fairy house I put in there has had a lot of really cool comments about it. So we'll see how that goes. See what happens with that. Kind of excited for that. All right, Aiden, I will look for it. So we got a little bit of snow last night, and it is pretty cold in the shop because I have my fan about a foot away from me, which I also have the heater next to me. So it's kind of defeating the purpose, but we're going to get it going. So this is why I like the very coarse burrs. Awesome, thank you. Oakiness, thank you for being here. Are you carving a turkey? I will be carving a turkey later, and I will be using my Kutzall bits to carve it. If you guys haven't, hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, do so. But the reason I like these extreme coarse burrs, as you can tell, I'm just ripping out some material. This is what I was saying with the fine burrs. If you can see, getting little hairs. Guitar Greg, thank you for being here. Oh my God, yes, I poked your eye out. Hey Greg, thanks for being here. So this gets little hairs, and what I'll eventually do is take the fine burrs, go through, put details in here, and then clean up a lot of these little hairs with the detail burrs. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Oh, thank you very much. David, thank you for being here. And yes, we will have eyebrows when I get to that point. Hey, Soldier Farms. And you guys in chat, throw down your links. And if we can pick up a couple subscribers, that would be awesome. And Soldier Farms, I believe I sent you a message on Facebook. See about sitting down with you sometime. You can check that. So I'm going to switch to the flame burr real quick and try and take some of this down. So I went through the other day, if you guys didn't see it, I got so tired of being disorganized. I just took a chunk of wood and started drilling holes. Needed to get my burrs organized. Was tired of losing them, tired of searching for them. And now it's so much easier. I can just look and grab. Another gamer, thanks for being here. And if I haven't said yet, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Whether you're in the United States or not. Appreciate you being here. I can't remember my son's name. Why won't I be alive? Or be live tonight? No, probably not tonight. I've got to see what's going on with the family. I know Rusty's working, so I don't think there will be a live tonight. I only jumped on this morning because my wife isn't home right now. And when she does get home, I have to help with cooking. So there may be an impromptu late live. I have to see what's happening with the family first. So that has to come first on the holiday. Now, if everybody's tired, everybody's sleeping, everybody's done eating, then yeah, by all means, I may go live. But I have to check with the family first. And I jumped on this morning, really twofold. I desperately wanted to get a carving done today. And with Kutzall having the sale that they have going on, I wanted to talk about the burrs and see if anybody had questions, because they are doing a Thanksgiving Day sale as well as a Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. And today, all their burrs, really everything site-wide, are 30% off, which is a great deal. That works out to be just about $20 off a burr kit and everything else. So my affiliate link is in the description. So if you guys want to check that out. Lions are on at 1 o'clock today. The Lions are on at 1 o'clock. So I'm kind of going to go a little crazy with this guy. He's going to be a little off kilter, but that's all right. I kind of want him to flow with the wood, which I think will be cool. The Packers, I believe, are playing the Lions today at 1 o'clock, if I am not mistaken. And I could be mistaken, but I don't believe I am. So this wood is really soft. So, Oakiness, I'm going to make you a moderator. And when I go back through and watch the replay, I will give you a sub also. Powell, thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So needless to say, I was in such a hurry to come out here and do some carving this morning. I'm so excited to come out here. I'm actually still in my pajamas. I'm not afraid to admit it, but I am actually still in my pajamas carving. I have a hoodie on, but I am in my PJs, which is quite hilarious. So I'm going to try something here because that wood is just a little bit I have a hard time thinking in negative space. Molding, you add material. Sculpting or carving, you take away material. Yes, carving, you are taking away material. For sure. And as the saying goes, just keep carving deeper, and that is what I'm doing. And what I'm going to try, because this wood is rather soft, I'm going to use my fine flame burr and see how well this works so it doesn't rip out a lot of material. And what's nice is you have a little bit more control with the fine burr, and it doesn't skip and grab that much. But of course, now I got down to the harder wood. So what I want to do is I'm going to use this to make my initial track, and then go back to the taper burr. But while I have this out, I'll show you how nice it is. So on the side of the nose here, I'm going to use this fine burr. Hey Jeff. To help try and shape the nose. And a lot of times in doing this, oh gosh, geez. Oh, sorry about that. Your coarse burrs will rip, I've found, into the wood when you're trying to shape this, and the fine burrs go in really nicely and help clean the nose area up. Well, Soldier Farms, check your email. I offered to sit down with you and try and give you some pointers and tips if you're willing and wanting to. So check your Facebook page. Yeah, I think it's okay. Awesome. All right, so now I'm gonna switch back to the taper burr. What I'm gonna do, the nice thing about these Kutzalls is I have a taper burr. Hey, Gandy Rhodes, how you doing? Thank you for being here, sir. Happy Thanksgiving. I have a taper burr that's pretty well beat up, and I'm gonna try and use that to put these lines in rather than going with a newer taper burr, and I'm gonna see how that works, because once these get old you can still use them for many applications. So don't ever throw your burrs away. Let's see how this works. I haven't seen Gandy Rhodes in quite a while. Gandy, you got any plans for Thanksgiving? How's the family doing? I've talked about it many times on the channel. Gandy is a friend from back in the Bourbon channel that I used to have. I still have it. I just don't post to it anymore. But I still go on and hang out with people and see how they're doing. Because I stopped drinking. But so Gandy is a friend from quite a ways back. Quite a few years. Yes, we are doing well, and I'm glad everything is going good for you. And yeah, it's a good time to get the family together. Unfortunately, I probably won't have any pours for Thanksgiving, but that's all right. I still have a cabinet full. Just sitting there waiting for me day in and day out. Awesome. This shows there's 140 people watching. If you guys could hit that like button, that would be fantastic. So basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get deep in this line so I can shape what's going to be the mustache and the cheeks of this guy. See, those are the fuzzies I'm talking about with this wood. All wood is different. I'm not sure what this is because it was actually a piece of driftwood that I found. And most of you guys know I don't buy wood to carve. I find it either walking along the lake or anything that's been torn down. So I really, in most cases, don't know what I'm carving with. Oh, thank you, Soldier Farms. Yes, more fogwood. And for those that don't know what fogwood is found on the ground. That's the best. It's a surprise, and it's free. These detail burrs, with this wood being as soft as it is, it's just going through and really putting a nice carve on this corner. And it's easily doing it. Oakiness, happy Thanksgiving. I have my generator or my air compressor turned off because it makes too much noise, but just enough to get the areas cleaned out. Flame burr. So now I've gone to my coarse flame burr. I'm gonna start getting these cheeks pulled down and then work on the forehead, because I like to give a nice slope to the nose, and I need to bring that back a little bit more and raise up the nose. So I'm going to take these cheeks down, which should raise up the nose, and I'll take the forehead back and bring that slope down more. Well, thank you for being here, Gandhi. I appreciate it, and thank you so much. And I will see you around. I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving with the family. by taking that cheek down just a little bit, that raised up the nose beautifully. You guys can see it. Tim, if you can hear me when you get back, did you guys get a lot of snow last night? We basically just got a dusting here, but it's colder than all get out. Yeah, I think we had more freezing rain than anything. Not horrible ice down where I'm at. Upper Michigan, here's they got slammed. Up in the UP and on the west side by Lake Michigan. Yeah, Gaylord, I think, is up near, maybe not quite, but I believe Gaylord is near, or at least on my way to Alpena. I think it's west of where I go. So generally, I think they would have almost the same weathering pattern. And I haven't heard reports on Alpena, but I was hearing that they were supposed to get slammed again. Last year, we had a pretty decent ice storm up there. I'm pretty sure I talked about it. It shut everything down for quite a while last year. I think school was out for almost a month, they said. So about this piece of wood, so earlier there was about a 6-foot long piece hanging off of this here, and I really wanted to save this and use it in the carving. So this huge knot here, I'm gonna work around and really hope I can incorporate it into the wood spirit, because I just think it looks awesome. I love it. And if you guys haven't yet, hit that like and subscribe button. Trying to put some flow into this. Because I want it to play well with the shape of the wood. Hey, Alan. Alan, thank you for being here. So now that I've got that center section down quite a bit, I am going to take it just a little bit deeper. So that will help me put more detail into the carving. Ooh, gotta warm my hands up for a minute. Just a little chilly in the shop today. Yeah, I think it is coming to life now. I'm liking how it's starting to look. And it's going along the idea that I had when I was looking at that piece of wood. I know it's still got a long way to go, but it's definitely looking like I envisioned, if that makes sense. wood is so wonky. I gotta kind of hold it up while I'm carving it so I can try and get the right angle that I want. See, what I'm trying to get is where the cheek's coming down here. I'm trying to put a slight angle in here so when it comes together, there's still a little bit of separation. Greg, have a great day and have a good Thanksgiving. Thank you for being here. Have a little bit of separation, but then at the same time blend in down here. I could go in there and just cut it, but I don't want to do that. I just kind of want it to blend and ripple. So I'm just basically working it down little by little with this extreme burr, and then I'll go in with the fine burr and round it off a little bit. Once I get both sides done. Grumpy, thank you for stopping in. You had a great live this morning, man. I can't wait for that to be completely done. And thank you for being my morning radio host now. I look forward to waking up in the morning and seeing Grumpy live. And if Grumpy's not live, I get live, or I get Grumpy. I thought I saw Grumpy in there. That's funny. Maybe it was Greg and my eyes, because the computer's so far away, thought it was Grumpy. Ha! Well, Grumpy, if you watch this on the replay, thank you. So using these fine burrs, I don't know how well you can see it, but I can bring this jawline or cheek line down and really kind of bring it into a point. And work this section together right here. Where it looks like it flows and it's cohesive together. You know, I mean, it might be, but then again, I think for what they use it for, and I mean, yeah, it probably would be, but if you haven't noticed, I twist and turn this wood in all kinds of different directions, just to try to get the look that I'm looking for. I don't know as if I could carve in a jig. It has its purposes, and I think maybe, you know, when you're doing their type of carving, yes, but for me, I just don't know that it would work well, because I'm constantly moving the piece to try and get it to do, or to try and bend the wood how I see it and how I want it. And it takes me long enough to carve a carving, because I try not to blow through it. When I go at a carving, I have a look that I want, and a lot of times just taking the extra time to get the wood to bend to how I want it. So, yeah. And you guys might not be able to see it on the camera, but like right here, using that detail burr. So right here, this spot right here, I'm trying to bend this wood to give that mustache a little bit of shape. Try and catch it if I can, if you can see it. So, you know, right through there. And I just don't know that a jig would help you accomplish that. So that's why I just do it like this. But then again, I'm not arguing with Chuck or anybody, because they do fantastic work also, and that works for them or him. chat got quiet. Did everybody fall asleep? I know I'm gonna end here in a few minutes because my hands are freezing and I need to get in. And I think the wife is home by now. See what help she's gonna need with dinner. But I'm gonna work on this just a little bit more. I think I need to take the cheeks down slightly more to blend in on an angle here and here. Take the eyes down, and that's going to raise the nose up just enough. So that is what I'm going to do. And then I may come out here later and finish this up. This area here where I'm running everything to, I'll clean that up with a detail burr later and blend all that in better. Alright, see that raised up that nose quite a bit. I'm going to go a little bit more. Work on this side. Oh, they're not going to get rid of the parade, are they? Why would the new mayor stop that? That would be foolish. That's a tradition in Michigan. You can't get rid of tradition. That's one of the national spotlights that Detroit has. It's kind of like the parade in New York. You don't just get rid of that. I mean, I've heard dumber things, but alright. Got left hands. Oh, wants more money from them? What the heck? Organization, I believe. Yeah, I'm clearing off some of the dust. I'm going to sit here and talk with you guys for a second. Move this heater closer. Turn this fan off because my hands are frozen. But it's starting to come to life. You can see it. I'm going to work this knot into this side and work this area once I get everything down to how I want them. and I'll probably come out here later on and work on it. I'm going to keep this angle the same. I like that angle. And then work on the eyes, the forehead, and fixing this cheek to match this one a little bit better. But everything's pretty much in place in how I thought it was going to look. And the angle of the wood, the way it's cut, you can't see it. You'll see it in the short or when I come back. But he is flowing almost perfectly with that angle, which is really cool. That's really what I wanted. So that's awesome. So this cheek here, I'm going to angle down a little bit more just to match this one a little bit better. And then work on the bottoms, work on the forehead, the eyebrows, and the eyes. And then do some stuff over here to keep it flowy. But I really like that knot being there. Yeah, so you should probably be able to see it. So if it was sitting flat, that is how he would flow with the wood. And I love that. I love that a lot. So, yeah, I think it's good. But thank you guys for being here. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. I am going to warm up, go in and see what I have to do to help with Thanksgiving dinner. And I hope you guys with your families have a great day. Enjoy this time. And if it's not a holiday for you, still enjoy this day with your family and friends. And be safe. But again, most importantly, thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing this hour and 10 minutes with me doing this carving. So have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving. And have a good day. I'll see you guys later. Tim, I will see you later. Always on Facebook. We can talk. But yeah, I got to get warm, man. I got to get warm. My fingers, I don't know if you can see, they're shriveling up. They're so cold. They're shriveling up. So, all right. Have a good day.